Hi, Priyanka. You are a public health dentist who became a freelance health and medical writer. What influenced that decision?
Actually, after finishing my master's from University of Leeds, 2016, I was very much keen to do PhD. And even I got PhD in Newcastle, UK. But bam, this COVID stuck. And I was stuck here. And for me, it was very difficult to decide what I had to do because I was applying for jobs, but I was not sure that I want to do that because I had two kids at home and my husband had full-time job. So one day while speaking to my husband, he just told me that why don't you go into this field? Why don't you check out medical writing? And I told him that I don't know if this is going to give me a knack. But he told us try once. So I just joined one course which was on medical writing, especially from James Lind University. And I thought that, yes, this is what I wanted to do. And then in 2020, while doing this course, I started doing internship. And with internship, I came to know that, yes, this is. And then from 2021, I started working as a freelancer. And then I got clients through Upwork and Fiverr. And then I have now till now, it's like almost around 3 to 4 years. I'm continuously working as a freelancer. And even I do mentorship for students and take some courses on systematic reviews and meta-analysis, how to perform them and how to write manuscripts, helping students and then mainly dentists actually. My work mainly goes in dental writing only, means mainly actually. I do medical writing as well, but not that many projects as I do dental.
Yeah.
So
Wow, that's amazing. Thanks for sharing that. So that being said, so that's how you came into medical writing. Let's chat a little bit about your educational background. Because what I find is that there are so many people with varied backgrounds that want to work in this field. Maybe they've been working for a long time in pharmacy or dentistry or medicine, and they want to come. So let's walk through your educational background a little bit, your bachelor's degree, the master's, becoming a dentist. Let's talk about that.
yeah, that is actually, see, I'm from India and from India, actually, I'm from a village place. So at our place, when I was a young girl, studying was a big, hurdle for us. So I was very much keen to become a doctor. And my mother, she supported me throughout my journey.
Yeah.
So at that time, I fought for being a doctor. I want to be a doctor. I was not sure I want to be a dentist or I just wanted to be a doctor at that time. And my mother was there always with me. I gave exams and all. And finally, I cleared. I got BDS from Sangamner Dental College, India. After that, I got married to a prosthodontist, and he also was equally ambitious as I was. And then I decided I want to do my master's from UK, and he supported me throughout this journey. And I did my master's in UK, and I got to know many public health people there. They were from diverse backgrounds actually, and with sitting with them, we were working throughout the writing articles, publishing, and seeing how things goes like into research, everything we were doing at that time. And then after coming back here to Saudi Arabia, actually, my husband is working here in Saudi. I wanted to work as a dental like lecturer because I was very much keen to teach students, to teach research. I was very much keen, but due to some like change in policies and all, I couldn't find any job. And then I thought that why not to go for a PhD if I have that strong background. So I started working through my PhD and even I got selected for PhD in Newcastle, UK. But then as I told that COVID stuck and things went so weird. And then I thought that why not to do then when I'm sitting at home, why not to do courses, know. Then I started doing courses on medical writing. As I told, one course I did from James Lind University on medical writing and quality assurance. Then second course I did from AMEE to more upgrade myself. And then I did a course on systematic review and meta-analysis from John Hopkins, USA. Like that, I collected all the knowledge from everywhere. And then finally I decided that, yes, with this educational background, now I think I'm ready for exploring the medical writing field. So if anyone who has to start, it is not just that this education is important. It's important that you should have that knack that you have to do it. You want to do it
Yeah.
because it requires, medical writing requires lots and lots of concentration and dedication. And if you don't have that dedication, it is not possible to work
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. It's also evidence, like you were saying, you went through a lot of self-education to get where you are. Even though you had your background in the sciences and in healthcare, it's really admirable, like all the courses you've taken to self-educate to get to this point. Let's move on and talk about what a day in the life of Priyanka looks like, right? What kind of projects do you typically work on?
As I told that I'm expert in doing systematic reviews and meta-analysis. So mainly the course which I take is on systematic reviews and mainly main projects actually. Other than that, I write blogs for a few companies or I do their clinical trials. I write the clinical trials for them. So it depends upon what type of projects I get. But actually, packed with systematic reviews and meta-analysis too. And then minor work is like just doing a review for someone or for a journal if I have to do a review. So like that type of thing. So this is how my day goes from morning to nine, full-time working.
So you write systematic reviews and meta-analyses. So what does that dynamic look like with your clients? For those people that may be thinking, oh, this sounds like something I want to go into. How the first question, I know you had talked about finding your first few clients on Upwork. How do you find clients now? And how do you communicate with them to be able to bring their project to fruition?
See, I get clients via LinkedIn.
Okay,
Before,
yelling.
initially, I was working on Upwork, Fiverr, Cobaltree, if you know this few websites. Fiverr, I have never got any client through. By Upwork and Cobaltree, yes, I got few clients. And now, basically, I get clients via LinkedIn. And then once I get their contacts via LinkedIn, they ask me through message that this is their project if I am available to work for them. And then we have a Zoom meeting where I understand what is the need of my client. Then I brainstorm their need, and according to their need, I search the articles. If this research, the project which they are talking, is this project possible? Is there a possibility? Because systematic review is, if someone have done that systematic review, doing it again will not give that evidence-based answer, you know.
Yes.
So for me, it's like I have to first search. I will research everything. I tell them that just give me some days time. I'll do the research. I'll let you know if this is possible or no. I'll make a protocol. Then I make a protocol, which is very important step in the systematic review. So I make
Yeah.
a short protocol for them to understand how their project is going to look when it comes to a finalizing. Once they finalize that, okay, this is what we want, or this change you can do, or this change you should be done. Once this is finalized, then I start working on their projects. So our conversation mainly goes either through Zoom or via WhatsApp messaging and calling that way. And once I start working for a client, then I send them each and every step which I'm doing for their project, so that they are on track at what I'm doing, and this is what they want.
Are these people reaching out to you or are you reaching out to them?
No, usually people reach out to me.
Okay.
Initially, when I started working, I used to reach out to people if they need any help and messaging them when I was
Right.
connected them to LinkedIn and like that. But now I don't do that. Now people directly contacts me. So now that actually the table has turned for me now
Yeah.
after years of working, you know. Otherwise, initially, yes, I used to contact them. I used to contact people. I used to tell them that give me some work so that like that. But now
Yeah.
people just contact me and I see if the project is for me or no, like that.
That's really encouraging because I think usually initially the first few clients are what are the hardest. But like you're saying, once you get going, and also I feel like once you get going, you also begin to get word of mouth referrals, people refer
Yes.
you, people are repeat customers, right? And so your work tends to build from there. Earlier on, you were saying that you work all, like you're so busy, you just don't even have time. And so there is a lot of work. I think one of the things I've come across, especially when ChatGPT came out, was people saying, hey, G, do you think that with AI, medical writers are going to lose their jobs? What's your take on that?
I really don't think so. See, AI is never going to, because there should be a human touch, which AI can never give, as what I know. And I have, when initially AI came, actually, what I have heard was it's very good for reviews, systematic reviews or literature. When I went and I have seen the topics the AI is producing were not up to the mark. they were not what exactly a PICO question. Like PICO question generally comes for systematic reviews. So it was not exactly what PICO question should have, or the questions which they had generated was already present in literature. So it was not something new which you are going to do. So I don't think so. Yeah, one way I can say that these tools are actually helpful in some sort of research, that
Yeah.
is this article already present or whatsoever it is, but they can never take a job from medical or dental writers. Basically, I should say that. Yeah, I was telling that nowadays even journals, when you submit an article or manuscript or whatever, they ask you if it is an AI generated or it is, you have to declare that. And if you
Yeah.
declare that it is AI generated, they usually don't accept it.
Ah, that's
It
so
is like that.
interesting.
What I
Yeah,
know
I
from medical.
recently submitted some papers and we didn't, well, I just submitted some papers and I didn't see that question, but this is a really good point and it's a good teaching point, right? That if you're going to use these AI tools, they definitely have their place, but we're at least in this at this point in time, I don't see us completely depending on them to produce the different content assets that are, that are out there that we have to produce as medical writers. So I kind of agree with you on there that we're always gonna need a human touch, and so don't let the AI hype scare you. For the people listening.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Yeah, I am not scared of AI actually, because I myself don't use it that much. I'm not saying that I'm completely out of this, because obviously if new tools are coming, we as in writers, we have to look on to what it is and how is it going to help us, because it's eventually they'll help us to reduce our
Well,
writing time. But I am not that much fond of these tools.
yeah, I find some of them quite helpful, especially with finding because I mostly write white papers and application notes, and so within biotech, so I find that they're helpful if I need to find references, sometimes to summarize an idea.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Like I use EndNote a lot for my references. I take out articles, I take citations, and I use EndNote, keep my PDFs on place. Google Docs, as I say, Google Docs is also a very good place to work on, because when you're working in a team, it's good that you have that.
It's collaborative.
Then yeah, and then Grammarly, because finally Grammarly also helps you in many ways.
Yeah.
So these
Yeah.
tools are actually helpful, but I was particularly talking about the chat GPTs, or like those type of tools where people just start thinking that we'll take a word from here, we'll copy, we'll paste, and then we'll paraphrase it, and then we will paste it again. Those type of, I'm saying, because I have seen clients doing that. And then they finally come up and say that, oh, we have written so much, and then now you're telling, and the complete work is from AI generated work, and which is easily understandable actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was talking about those two.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Super, super helpful. So now, the next question you kind of answered the question I was going to ask next, which was what are some of your favorite tools to use? You use EndNotes. You seem to use, I like Google Docs as well because of the collaborative nature. Grammarly, I also sort of like. Are there any other tools you use in your work that you like using?
Yeah, actually, I said you that I mainly work for like as a systematic review. So for systematic reviews, to make it easier, Cochrane collaboration only have made an software named Covidence or RaveMan. It is very easy to, even though you have to work manually there also, but it is very easy to keep your documents on a place and one place, and then you have everything returned properly. So these two tools are also very helpful for me. Other than that, I told you that the work. So these tools I use mainly, but yes, mostly I use Google Docs and Notes, Grammarly. These 3, 4 tools are always handy to me because I love my work with this.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for somebody that may be, they have a dental degree and they're listening to this podcast and they want to come into medical writing, what advice would you give them to break into this career path? And listening to you, you talked about the self-education that you did. You talked about going on Upwork and Fiverr and trying to find clients. finally finding clients on Upwork, and then now you're to the point where people are reaching out to you. For somebody that's just starting, what kind of advice would you give them to get started if they have a similar background to yours?
I would love to say that first of all, determination is very important, determination and consistency, because this field requires lots of attention, lots and lots of attention. So if you have that determination in you and you are consistent towards learning, because learn. In this field, you just have to learn, understand, understand, understand.
Absolutely. Such great words. Thank you so much. This was a great conversation. Thank you so much, Priyanka, for chatting with me about your career.